Alrighty guys, we're back for some sustainable red, and this is a Streets of New Capenna standard build. We're going to go over the deck, then hop into some normal play mode because that's where I live right now. That's where the fun's at, honestly. But I gotta be real with you guys, I think that this deck might actually be good enough for ranked. I am building it to compete with the meta, and the meta right now is leaning heavily towards mid-range and control, and a bunch of removal just packed into every single deck, and we're trying to get around that removal with this build. That's why I called it sustainable, right? So for anyone who does not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so this is right up my alley. Additionally, guys, we do got that sub goal set all the way up at 1,000, and you guys are completely crushing that goal so far. So thank you to everyone who's been subscribing, or thank you for everyone who's just been stopping by, dropping likes, dropping comments. You guys are champions, so thank you so much. Yeah, if you enjoy the content and you want to help us reach that goal, then please consider subscribing because it is much appreciated, friends. What do we got in the deck here, guys? Enough YouTube rambling, right? We got 4 Goldhounds, 4 Kumano faces Kakkazan, 4 Rabbit Batteries, 4 Reinforced Ronin, a single Strangle. We got 4 Voltage Surge. We got 4 Iron Apprentice. We got 4 Ogre-Head Helms, 4 Patchwork Automatons, 3 Getaway Cars, 3 Runaway Trash-Bots, and a single Twinshot Sniper on the top end, as well as 3 Den of the Bugbears and a Crucible in the mana base for a total of 20 land. This deck's easy, man. Play artifacts, win the game. That's how it works. You want to see Patchwork because it's a really good card in the deck. The Ward, too, is super important for spot removal, right? Other combos in the deck include Runaway Trash-Bot. By ditching a Goldhound and ramping into Trash-Bot, you're already at a 1/4 trample, if that's all that happened for that entire game, right? So you could turn 2 Trash-Bot off the Goldhound, which is actually really spicy because now anytime or throughout the entire game, if your opponent is just like slamming on your creatures and killing everything, Trash-Bot is just slowly growing over that course of the game, and maybe eventually you'll be able to play it, give it haste with Rabbit Battery, and just slip that extra damage through that you needed to win, right? Getaway Car is actually a really interesting one. I actually love this card. I only have 3 of them, but if I had 4, I would make more decks around this card, like completely around it, right? So 3-drop 4/3 haste is no joke already. The crew is only 1, and then Getaway Car, when it attacks or blocks, you get to return up to 1 target creature that crewed it this turn to its owner's hand. So you don't have to do that, but you can, which could be really good versus decks that you think are about to wipe your board. Maybe the opponent is preparing for a Meat Hook Massacre. Maybe you just want to protect a Rabbit Battery. Maybe you want to bounce the Kumano faces Kakkazan Etching back to your hand so you can get all these abilities off of it again, right? Some other noteworthy things that have been around for a while is if you've played a deck like this before, then you already know this. But a turn 1 Kumano into a turn 2 Iron Apprentice is actually really good because you get those extra counters on the Apprentice, and then if this ever dies, you get to plug those counters somewhere else, right? Something else with Getaway Car that I wanted to mention before we go into some games, there's actually a lot of synergies in the deck, which I don't think I'll be able to touch on everything here, so we'll just have to talk about it as we actually play the deck, right? Or as we see them come up. So with Getaway Car, you can tap down a Rabbit Battery to power up the Getaway Car, and then you can still attach the Rabbit Battery with the reconfigure even though it's tapped, right? You can still attach it to something else, which is actually really cool for a deck like this. Twinshot Sniper, if you channel this out, it's just another artifact in your grave for the Runaway Trash-Bot. Literally everything in the deck except for the Voltage Surge and the Strangle works with Runaway Trash-Bot. Sorry guys, it's one of those days. I'm struggling with words again, unfortunately, but hey, when don't I, right? Yeah, even the Kumano, because this is artifact and or enchantment cards in your graveyard, so it works with Kumano as well. So really spicy. Ogre-Head, I guess I am going over most of the synergies. That's okay, I'll do my best and then we'll hit up some games, right? Ogre-Head is really cool too because you can sacrifice this, and then so let's read the full card here just in case you haven't seen it, right? So you can reconfigure for 3, equipped creature gets +2/+2. That's fine. That could work pretty well with like the trample on the Runaway Trash-Bot or something. But what you're really looking at here is whenever Ogre-Head Helm or the equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do, discard your hand and then draw 3 cards. So you guys already know where this is going, right? Essentially, it plugs more artifacts into your grave and replenishes your hand, which is huge for a deck like this. Is there anything else to go over? Yeah, sometimes there's gonna be moments where you even want to power up Den of the Bugbear by sacrificing a Goldhound or 2, because you might already have Runaway Trash-Bot on the board, so you're actually just boosting the Runaway Trash-Bot by ditching your Goldhounds to power up the Den of the Bugbear and getting a pretty powerful swing there, which then the Den of the Bugbear 1/1, if it survives, can power up the Getaway Car, which is pretty cool. Obviously, you don't want to send the token back to your hand, but still. Yeah, lots going on here. Voltage Surge is also one of the best removal in the game right now. If a deck can run it effectively, I think this is amazing. Being able to do 4 damage in red is actually just huge, right? So guys, I hope I went over the deck well enough. I have high hopes for this one. In normal play mode, at least, I do think we're going to do really well. And then I eventually I want to go back to ranked, but yeah, like I said, right now I'm just having more fun with normal play mode. So yeah, let's go ahead and see how the deck does, shall we? Here we go, guys. Oh, we're right into the first match. Let's go. That took 1 second. 1 whole second. Good hand. I like it. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is a spicy red setup right now. Turn 1, I think we just swing with the Reinforced Ronin since we don't know what's happening yet. And then turn 2, we can go ahead and go Ogre-Head Helm. Yeah, hopefully I went over the deck well enough there, guys. Hopefully. I have an island on the opponent's side. Okay. That's 2 things open. Most likely some removal over there, right? Well, I'm thinking. So I don't mind Runaway Trash-Bot here. I really don't. But I think I'd like the Reinforced Ronin and see what holds up. Because this could just be like a Jwari Disruption. And or a Reject for that matter. Sure. That's fine. And now we get to see so, oh no, yeah, so that actually exiles it too. That's actually really good against this deck. Do we do it? No, not yet. Not yet. I'd rather get the Runaway Trash-Bot down before we exile. We have Voltage Surge open in case they have like a Delver of Secrets or something. Yeah, if that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. Yeah, exile effects are going to be pretty good against this because anything that doesn't boost the Trash-Bot is pretty solid. So 3 open, like right into some control is actually ideal because that's what we wanted to showcase this red build against, right? Draw a card, lose a life. Okay. We are going to do the Voltage Surge this turn, by the way. No need to get rid of Iron Apprentice right now, especially when we probably are going to sacrifice the Ogre-Head. Yeah, we don't really want to see this land, man. We really don't. So when we attach this, right? How does this work exactly? We want to play Trash-Bot anyways, but it says, so equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. When it says it, are we talking about Ogre-Head or are we talking about the creature? I think we're talking about the creature. Either way, I want Trash-Bot down. They're tapped out, so we do it now. And I don't want to get rid of the Iron Apprentice right now either, so... Restock our hand. Nice. Voltage Surge open is pretty good, and Trash-Bot doesn't get hit by like a meat hook or anything here. Yeah, I'm sorry for asking that question, guys. You'd think I would know at this point, but I actually haven't played with Ogre-Head Helm very often. I just recently... I mean, I think today's the second time I'm playing with it, and I don't think I've ever really been able to use its ability ever, so I apologize, guys. I should know that. Either way, we don't get punished for not knowing, because I wanted to get the Trash-Bot down this turn. They go for the Foretell, and I don't know what that could be, actually. Behold the Multiverse, potentially, right? Ogre-Head is not bad here. We can play it and equip it, which I think is actually really good, isn't it? So that actually gets held up. It could be a reject, but we actually have the 3 to pay this time. Oh, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. That's what I get for eating lunch and then coming down to record a video. So now we can pay the 3, and then they can, like, Infernal Grasp whatever we attach it to. So if that's the case, then we'll want to attach it to the Iron Apprentice. And then what's really cool here... Let's see if we actually get to do something, though, right? We do get to test the Ogre-Head Helm and see if my question... Because, yeah, do we sacrifice the Apprentice or the Helm? Ah, okay. We didn't get to test it, but hopefully today in this video we'll be able to test it to find out. Opponent running down the time. They're wondering. Oh, they're scrying too. That's what they're doing. Anyways, swing. Opponent's down to 9. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I can't think properly. Okay, another exile ability. Very nice for the opponent there. It might just be Den of the Bugbear. Power up the Den, full swing. That's 5 damage, and then it's looking very, very dangerous for the opponent. Yeah, the exile abilities in the opponent's deck is super scary. Super scary for these trash bots. We would have, I guess, preferred a Getaway Car. So we get 3 damage through if we power up a Den. 3 damage through. This has Ward 4, by the way, so that's very... That's a super no-go. They end up... They do... So 3 damage through, but they block the Den. Is that worth it? That's the question. Or do we try to set up by going Patchwork into Runaway Trash-Bot? Do we try to set up for next turn? And do they just win if we take that extra time? I think we try to set up. I think losing a Den right now, when we have so many options for getting creatures on the board, yeah, I think that's the play. What do you guys think? A meat hook for 4 could happen this turn, though, and that would just be a complete... Yeah, that would be completely devastating. Another... oh, a Mind Flayer. Okay. Good news, guys. Voltage Surge hits that. And then we go ahead and plug it into... Can actually do... Go Iron Apprentice. Opponent's like clinging on for dear life, guys. Let's be real right now. And we're gonna go into Patchwork because we're getting to the point where Patchwork is going to be more than the desert. Do we not play this? Trade off the Desert Doom. into Patchwork is probably exactly what they want here, but if they do end up blocking, I think getting Patchwork to a 5/5 is important. Because now if they meat hook for 4, we have Den of the Bugbear open. So it's looking really good for us. They could meat hook for, okay, Blue Dragon, what are you? Till the end of your next turn, target creature an opponent controls. Oh, okay. GG, opponent. GG. Full swing. The Den gets us there. Wait, yeah. Because they block the Den, and then we have 5 damage slipping through. Good game. Good game, opponent. Let's go. We took down a control deck. I don't know if this is a meta control deck necessarily, but it was a control deck nonetheless, and we are an aggro deck, so it feels good. It feels good, I'm not gonna lie. It's a good first match, good first showcase. The exile cards didn't get in the way too much for Trash-Bot, but Trash-Bot did feel pretty weak there, huh? I don't know, I have high hopes for Trash-Bot, though. I think it's actually pretty spicy, a pretty good card. Just, we gotta think, like, is there better cards, maybe cards with haste, stuff like that could be slotted in instead? I mean, we only have 3 of them, though, so... Yeah, Kumano, I think going right into extra counter on Patchwork is pretty good. Especially against wolves. I don't mind Goldhound getting that counter and strangling the naturalist, though. A lot of other great targets to hit in a deck like that, though. Let's just get a chunky blocker down. Now, it's going to be Patchwork. I'm going to get greedy with this. A lot of great targets that Strangle could hit, and I think getting Patchwork to the point where they can't do much about it, because they're going to be running, like... Oh, Roaring Earth. What? Oh, that's spicy. They get a swing here, and they can play another 2-drop this turn. I like it, opponent. Let's be real. They were going to be able to swing regardless. I wasn't going to block anything with Patchwork. Okay, so they didn't have another 2-drop. Okay, another forest isn't terrible. They don't have green open, so a Strangle hits pretty hard here. As well as I think we're going to go Reinforced Ronin to buff the Patchwork. And I think it's okay for some haste, so I don't know if they're going to be running. GG, opponent. Opponent was down to 1. GG. Well, that did a thing, I guess. 2 wins in a row feels good, man. Feels good. Just take it with a grain of salt. We are in normal play mode, but I'm telling you guys, this is where the fun's at. If you've been stressed out about ranked or anything like that, just don't. just come over here. Come over here. Play some normal play mode. It's a good time. It really is. Opponent mulliganed. I would love to turn 3 Trash-Bot. Let's get that Trash-Bot off the top, huh? No, not this time. But I'm okay with going Patchwork into Iron Apprentice. I'm definitely okay with that. Remember, you have to tap it to sacrifice it, so we couldn't have attacked with Goldhound first. Twin Blade Geist. Nice. Ooh, Getaway Car. So we're gonna go Ogre-Head. And full swing here is acceptable, because I would love to plug that counter. Yeah, I was gonna say. I would love to plug that counter into another creature here. Try to get them above whatever range they're shooting for. So we can actually equip Ogre-Head. And full swing again. This is pretty good, man. I don't know what they have open. It could be a Snakeskin Veil, which could mean the death of Patchwork, but... Okay, do we take this? Do we do this, guys? I'm going to say decline. We're looking pretty spicy right now. I do not mind the Voltage Surge being open. And Getaway Car could be huge for us, so I like this. Voltage Surge isn't open. I mean, I like having Voltage Surge for next turn. Security Breach, is that what that is? Security Bypass. Is there a card called Security Breach by chance? I like that. So you can't block it if it attacks alone, right? Is that what that is? I like that. That's sick. That's really cool. Opponent's playing a fun deck, and I'm happy about it. Something else that doesn't happen over in ranked, guys. We always get to see really cool stuff over here. So Getaway Car is still a thing, man. But it's going to be the other Ogre-Head and Voltage Surge. It's going to be... Okay, how do we want to do this? We'll play the Den. We buff the Patchwork, right? Buff the Patchwork. See, they have 2 open, so yeah, this could easily be a counter spell. Easily, so I hope the Voltage Surge even gets through. It might not. Full swing. They do end up blocking Patchwork this time. They want to, I guess, recast it from the grave next turn is a possibility. Okay. So they're down to 7. We almost have the Den of the Bugbear. We could do this, but I still don't like this. I like keeping these Ogre Heads. I really want to test if it sacrifices the Ogre Head or the creature, but I feel like it sacrifices the Ogre Head, but don't quote me on that. I have no idea. Okay. We're going to wait for their turn to do the Voltage Surge. We're gonna wait. It is an instant. That's something to consider, right? Giving them more mana open, though, while they're playing blue, and an extra card draw to get a counter. Yeah, maybe we did it on our turn. I don't know. I don't know, man. They want to give it trample. That's 6 damage. Voltage Surge, they could easily give it extra counters and stuff. I'm gonna block here, guys. I'm gonna block, yeah. Even though the Getaway Car, okay. Wild Shape is huge. And they do it now too, so we're gonna go for the Voltage Surge. And we're gonna sacrifice the Iron Apprentice. And I'm gonna give that extra counter to one of these guys, because so how that works, yeah, so we get the Ogre-Head back untapped, right, because it didn't tap with the creature because it was an equipment. So we have more blockers this turn. This is crazy, man. So they had enough. Maybe we did want to try that on our turn. This is a 5/5. It comes down to what's in their hand. Oh, another. Oh, opponent. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was so good. Good game, opponent. Guys, was that my fault for not doing Voltage Surge on my turn? Oh, that was so good. Right, when it attacks alone, we can't block it. That's right, the Security Bypass aura. I loved that, opponent. Oh my goodness. See, I didn't even know how to play against that properly because that was like the first time I saw that combo. That was sweet, man. That was awesome. I'm not even mad about that one. We were very, very close too, by the way. Opponent happened to have that. I wonder if there's anything I could have done differently to actually get there. Did you guys see anything? I don't know if I saw anything. Ah, man, that was a good game, though. That was so good, opponent. Okay, I like this hand. I like it. It's not, it's like, it's okay. We got, like, the Voltage Surge of it available, and... Oh, man, yeah, that last game. That really could have gone either way, but... I'm thinking I maybe tried the removal first. So I like Rabbit Battery here because next turn we go, we equip the Rabbit Battery into Iron Apprentice for 2 damage through. Even though the Ronin is more damage technically, I like having stuff ready on the board. So there was no counter there. Okay, I was gonna say, is it even sticking? I guess the opponent was really clicking through everything there. Oh, that's why. Destroy target attacking creature. Okay, I see. I see. Iron Apprentice showing its true power here, where on its death, being able to put its power somewhere else is actually really huge. Okay, we get to ping. Slap that on the board. We have Voltage Surge open. Get that through and close. No. Ronin's coming back to hand. I'm crazy, guys. Don't. Getting greedy over here, man. So Doomscar is probably open on the opponent's board as we are up against another control build. Not surprised. They go for the Doomscar on the Rabbit Battery. Okay. Okay. Fuel up that graveyard for my Runaway Trash-Bot, right? Which I'm tempted to play this turn, even though it could eat removal. Ah, man. I'm doing it. We don't want the counter to go onto the Ronin. We could, though. We could just hit for 3. Yeah, it might be greedy getting Trash-Bot out there without being able to protect it or give it haste, so... Just a warning there, guys. Just a heads up. What do you got for me, opponent? What do you got? I'm assuming, like, okay, so... Okay, is this like a... Is this a budget control, potentially? If so, I really like it. Ogre-Head is huge here. Voltage Surge. We could even Crucible out a couple 1/1s. So I think we Ogre-Head. I like giving it to the Trample, but it already has such a big target on its back that I think it's just better to go here. 7 damage. Right, I think Runaway Trash-Bot has such a big target already that it's just, yeah, we split this up. Fierce Retribution, okay. Seems like a pretty decent card, actually, huh? Because you could, I mean, the cleave cost is ridiculously high, but it destroys a lot. It hits a lot, right? Hits a lot of aggro. Crawling Barrens is potentially open. Farewell! Oh no, the Exile, guys, the Exile. So, lucky for us, Reinforced Ronin being an MVP here continues to slide some damage through, and this is one of those games where not seeing Den of the Bugbear could be the end of us, right? Not seeing the Den of the Bugbear could be huge for the opponent. I don't think it's worth searching for the Den off of the channel on Reinforced Ronin either. I think Reinforced Ronin's going to be too important here. Yep, there's another Doomscar. Okay. Nice, Rabbit Battery, okay. So you get to slam some haste creatures down and swing on in. So, I mean, the opponent's got to run out of steam at some point, right? Right? Right, guys? I hope so. I mean, they technically put 4 cards back into, what, with this one, right? Into their library. What's this? Gain 2 life, draw 2. Nice. That seems like a good addition too. I like the opponent's deck, I'm not gonna lie. Every now and then you go up against a control deck where you're like, oh, this one again, right? And then you go up against some more unique control decks where you're like, oh, okay, I see it, right? Good draw. Really good draw. Really, really good draw. Like, could you imagine, so Reinforced Ronin comes back to hand. Could you imagine if they didn't gain that life? It's making sure I'm not missing anything anywhere, right? Excuse me, guys. If you kill it, you see I get the rabbit battery back. You like that? And then you have to deal with Reinforced Ronin if you end up tapping anything. So, what is that now? They have to pay 2. So, gain 4 life. Oh no, guys. This life gain is the death of us right now. We could still get there, though. They have 2 open. This is anyone's game, but honestly, I feel good about this, mainly because our deck is based off of, you know, sustainability. So we are literally based off of surviving against these long game matches. Witness the future again, putting 4 cards back into the deck. Oh man. Yep. Hopefully they didn't get too much there. Ah, another mountain is pretty bad. I am very tempted. Very, very tempted to channel the Reinforced Ronin, but I don't think we do. I don't think we do, guys. Oh no. Yeah, so tempted to channel it, but it could be the way we win the game, because if they think like, oh, I'll use Crawling Barrens here to block, then we have the Voltage Surge available. They pass. Kumano, we're going to save that as a surprise. Reinforced Ronin. Okay. We want to split this up. We don't want to put that on one creature when they're this low. No, gain another 4? No, get out of here. We could Voltage Surge, but we'd have to. Does that fizzle out the 4? I don't think it does it? It might. It might. Let's just sacrifice Reinforced Ronin. Either way, we want it dead. I don't know how this works. I want to fizzle out the 4 though. It does. They can power up the Crawling Barrens though. Dude, this is too much. This is too much on my soul. Losing the battery is rough here, man. Oh no, all this life gain. It comes, yeah. It comes down to whatever they have here, because could you imagine? I would have never imagined Den of the Bugbear being this important, but that is why we have 3 of them in here. No. Bro. Just ripped through our deck. If they have 1 more of those, it's over. The menace on the Goldhound could be big, but we know that they have tons of ways. Guys, Invoke the Divine is like, is this deck designed to beat my deck? Can we talk about this for a second? Artifact or enchantment, gain 4 life. That's rough, man. Let's see what they have here. It could be another Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Yeah, I think it was still fine. Taking out my own card to make it so that way they didn't... No, farewell. Bro, our Den of the Bugbear is so necessary. We might want to go up to 4 Den of the Bugbears, guys. Oh, another land. Well, we're not out of it yet, but if we would have drawn like a rabbit battery, that would have been game. But we have 2 rabbit batteries there. Do we have any more? Yeah. Right? We have 2 more rabbit batteries in the deck. We are out of Reinforced Ronins, so no more haste from them. If we would have drawn a Kumano, we would have won there too. Let me see. Kumano. Is it just the one? I think we have 3 Kumano. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Woohoo! Last card. We need haste. We need haste, guys. No. Last card in the deck. Well, I think the opponent got us, guys. Oh, and it was a Getaway Car. Good game, opponent. Man, that is a good example of, like, just not having it. That is a good example of, like, the game, like, nope, not today. Today is not the day that you're gonna get there. So total win rate 50%. I don't think that's that bad. We actually don't have time for another one. Well, let's do another one. I keep saying that. Let's push it, man. Let's push it. Win or loss, I'm pretty satisfied with actually how sustainable this red deck has been so far. So, yeah, either way, I'm pretty satisfied. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the deck so far? Yeah, that last game was like... That last one was mind-boggling. It was like their deck was designed to take us out. Hey, Den of the Bugbear, now we know how important it is, right? A turn 2 Trash-Bot sounds really spicy to me. What about you guys? Let's do it. Another Den. Get that Trash-Bot down. Kumano. It's gonna be Reinforced Ronin. Really, they do have something up here. Yeah, a Cathartic Pyre does not hit the Trash-Bot. And with the Ronin gone, it's gonna be Kumano, and I guess Goldhound. Here's the thing, you could save it to potentially get the counter off of the Kumano faces Kakkazan, but I gotta be real with you guys, I don't think we have that amount of time right now. Getaway Car, nice, we did not get punished. I mean, we don't care about the counter, we just care that the Getaway Car is huge here. We power this on up, huh? Swing on in. Do we want to return Goldhound? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, we'll return it. That's fine. My theory there is we can play Goldhound next turn and tap Getaway Car with Goldhound again. And so what that ends up doing for us is get around like a Crush the Weak or something, but I don't know. Or like not a Crush the Weak. The card that does 5 damage to all creatures. Like, just wiping our board could be really bad. Okay, Goldhound. Go ahead and power you on up here, buddy. We could bring Kumano back instead, but I like the swing with the Kumano here. Bring Goldhound back, just in case. Get the Ogre down. End that turn. What do you got for me, opponent? What do you have here? You like the Getaway Car? I hope so. I hope the opponent is enjoying that. They have some kind of Gruul ramp, which is really scary. Another environmental sciences. What are they doing? I have no idea. I guess a burn down the house could come down, but then we just power up Getaway Car and hope, right? I think they're searching. They only have 3 mana open now. I think that's it. GG opponent. Good last game. Good fast one. Good clean one. Getaway Car doing a thing. I don't know what the opponent was playing, but something tells me they were looking for a board wipe or something along those lines. But again, our deck is kind of designed to survive those. So let's go over the deck again here real quick, real briefly. Sustainable red. I liked this one, guys. I did. I don't know if it's going to be good enough for ranked right now, but this was tons of fun in normal play mode. Right up my alley. Probably one of the best, one of my favorite decks that I've made so far from Streets of New Capenna, just because it's just like right up my alley, you know? I don't know what I would change, honestly. Maybe drop a Strangle for another Twinshot instead. That way you could ping the opponent's face if you draw it, right? That being said, guys, thanks for being here. You guys are champions if you made it this far into the video, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.